Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to Apex to Oval podcast. I'm your host Alex. Over there is my co-host Jack, and today we are going to be talking about a man arrested for driving a Ferrari F1 car on public roads in Czechia. NASCAR to meet with Trackhouse Racing about weight-related tomfoolery, and yes, I said tomfoolery. And Toronto's race moves even further north. We also have our main story, McLaren versus themselves. And then we have race recaps from the Xfinity Cup and F1 Grand Prix. We have predictions for the Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup Series. And we have games, unlimited games, but no bacon. It's all games, baby.
Okay.
I swapped the question. Let's get into F1. Well, this is also technically an IndyCar article, but if you didn't know, Colton Herta is no longer going to be an Andretti driver. He is instead going to be a Formula One reserve driver and likely F2 driver for next year. The expected team for F2 is Rodin Motorsports. So, yeah. That was kind of some crazy news. I know a lot of fans were sad about that. A lot of IndyCar fans were sad about that. But were they not?
I guess in that he'd sad about the F2 part, not sad about the getting a role with Cadillac part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because generally, and this has been a topic for like years at this point, since an American team was first mentioned with Andretti, that it's ridiculous that Colton Herta would not have a super license, even though IndyCar is higher caliber than F2.
I'm ready for Colton Herta to school these kids.
Hopefully. I mean, it's still different equipment, right? Like,
yeah, but
IndyCar, famously doesn't really have power steering. So, maybe he's really good at manhandling those cars. Yeah, it would make it easier on the transition, but it also means that, might be so used to the other cars that it might drive different or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, people do differently in different series. Different people mesh with different vehicles,
That is true. But Colton Herta, your next future F1 driver for Cadillac. Now, this next article, I didn't even know what this was until Jack mentioned it. So, Jack, do you want to go into this next one? Because it's kind of crazy.
All right. So, in Czechia, a man was arrested for driving a Ferrari-powered F1-ish car on public roads, who had been doing this for 6 years and posting it to the internet the whole time. Which, first of all, living the dream. Second of all, literally 1984. What do you mean arrested for that? Third of all, how did he make it for 6 years? They were actively trying to get him for 6 years, and he only finally got caught.
Well, an F1 car is an F1 car. So that speed and the cornering is ridiculous.
No, but they couldn't figure out who it was. He was posting it and everything, and they couldn't figure out who was under the helmet. And they only, the way they did it was they tracked him from a gas station back to his home. Eventually. They couldn't figure out who was doing the driving the whole time. They just knew that there was this F1 car around, and they hated it.
You're telling me you wouldn't do the same thing?
I would. I would 100 times out of 100.
There actually are ways to make F1 cars road legal. You basically have to make a brand new car. But there are ways.
At what point are you just driving a Polaris slingshot? You know those things, the tricycle cars?
The slingshots. Or what's the other one? It's they have it in Forza. I don't remember. The Atom is
the Aerial Atom?
Called? The Aerial Atom, yeah. That's just...
Yeah.
Bro, in Czechia too. Bro, I don't think Czechia exists. I know it exists, but that story coming from Czechia, what is going on up there?
Apparently great things. I mean,
apparently amazing things.
Can I do that?
Yeah, I would like. I just need a small loan of about $50 million, and I'll buy an F1 car and I'll make it road legal, and then I'll drive it. If anyone wants to start the GoFundMe, it's down below. I'm just kidding. It's not going to be down below. There's no GoFundMe. But
speaking of Ferrari-powered F1 cars, How about
Speaking,
Ollie Bearman?
Ollie Bearman, yeah. So he he has 10 penalty points already. We have what 7 races left? I think at this point, 8 races left at this point. I think
Yeah,
it's seven now. I think it's 7 now, and he already is near a ban.
he has 4 races until any of his points are removed. So it's not through the full end of the season, but he's
Yeah.
already in striking distance.
Does he Max Verstappen it?
Do 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 do. Ollie
Where's the?
Bearman.
Oh,
Do do.
oh, I messed up. I should have known. I should have known. Ollie Bearman, dude. That actually works quite well.
Right, a little bit.
A little
Um,
bit.
but no, I mean, I don't know if anyone's really going to be out there trying to rage bait a Haas driver. But also, it seems like he doesn't really need help from others.
Damn.
We'll see. I mean, then
I
again,
wonder. I think here's the thing. I think that Tifosi more want Kimi Antonelli to get a race ban than Ollie Bearman.
yeah, I mean, that's probably true. And his penalty from this weekend was kind of like the Lawson incident last weekend, where I think the wrong person got penalized a little, but that's okay.
Yeah, that was a really bad penalty, by the way. Last weekend
Yeah.
with Carlos, that was disgusting.
Well, this one was similar, and Carlos was on the wrong end of it. He learned, and he took advantage, I guess.
Damn.
But speaking of learning, Cadillac apparently decided to play pretend and went through the entire Monza weekend as if they were participating, but weren't. Which, I mean, hey,
Kudos
way
to
to get
them.
a new team underway. Yeah, kudos to them. I think the big remaining question here is where did they finish on track in their version of F1 world?
I would hope 1-2.
I don't know. Maybe they had a lot to learn. Maybe they screwed up a pit stop.
Maybe they pitted Bottas, forgot to tighten a wheel, pitted Checo a lap later, and then forgot to tighten another wheel, and then both their wheels came off. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, do not look up the first season of Drive to Survive within like the first 3 episodes. Haas. I'm gonna pull a Haas, I swear to God. Another American team is gonna do the same shit Haas did.
Oh yeah.
10 years ago.
USA.
Not 10.
Eventually we'll
Yeah.
figure out how to pit a car. It'll happen at some point.
Eventually.
Which, speaking of that, by the way, Haas did not figure that out. Haas forgot they had to pit someone.
Yeah. Ocon didn't pit to the lap. This man went, how is it 54 laps?
I don't remember, but
Something
he
like
was
that?
out until the last lap.
50-something laps. 50-something laps on medium tires.
Why have they done that
Medium
for multiple
tires.
races, too? Where Haas is just like, yeah, we forgot that we actually have to pit them.
Bro, I'm starting to... I think they might need to get their team taken away.
It seems like
They
their
might.
strategy is literally just like, all right, start the race, forget about Esteban. He doesn't matter. Just let him drive.
Well, Alpine did that last year. Or was it 2 years
Yeah.
ago?
I don't know, man.
It was 1 or 2 years ago, and like, the reporters were already in the pit lane. And then one of the... I think it was Sky Sports, and one of them was like, oh, this is a shambles! This is a shambles! And then they were just talking about how it was a shambles because Esteban hadn't freaking pitted yet. And the reporters had to run out of the way as Esteban is coming down the pit lane. Every team forgets about Esteban. He's a good driver. Why are we forgetting about him?
He's too good to his tires. They forget that he has to change them. They're just sitting there watching like their charts, and they're just like, wow, these tires are in great shape. Let's just keep running. Oh shit, the race is ending. Hold on.
Let's not get a penalty. But
Speaking of penalties, though.
Speaking of penalty, damn. Same wavelength. Let's go. Speaking of penalties, NASCAR is meeting with Trackhouse Racing about weight-related tomfoolery, with Chastain and SVG driving through the dirt to try to add a couple of pounds to the car.
Yes, this was our mini scandal for the week in NASCAR. Was that both Trackhouse drivers drove through the grass to try to pick up some grass and dirt to add some weight to the car, make the car chief feel better about passing weights, whatever else. But NASCAR saw that, because NASCAR doesn't miss anything. And they got to give Trackhouse a little bit of a talking to say, hey, don't do that, or there might be penalties in the future.
I say let them do it.
I mean, Who's to
Instead
say
of
it's
doing-
intentional? You know, maybe the
Maybe they just
steering
lost
wheel
control of the
broke.
car. Yeah,
right
maybe
after
they lost
the-
control of the car.
Exactly.
What if they just wanted to go for a little ride? You know, through the dirt.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Right? You know the winners do. The winners go through the dirt.
Yeah.
Why can't
They just wanted to celebrate their like P24, P25, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let them celebrate it if they want to.
Exactly. It's the little things, right?
Little things. And speaking of little things, Hendrick Motorsports.
Yep.
Okay.
Got to pull out the megaphone. This is Carson Hocevar related.
This is Carson. Oh, right. Speaking of little things, Hendrick
go.
Motorsports. The number 48 and 77. Well, several of the pit crews are swapping members ahead of the Bristol race.
Yeah. Bowman's had
Jack,
a
you
nightmare
wanna
start to
explain
the
this?
playoffs, a continuation of his kind of nightmare season, and they've decided that the last race before potential elimination is when they try to fix it by swapping 4 pit crew members from Hocevar's car over to Bowman's car, and obviously, vice versa. But that is these kinds of changes are pretty normal, but that is a big change all at once and all at the very last minute for Bowman.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Hendricks. The pit crew guys aren't the issue.
Are you implying that it's the crew chief and engineers and stuff, or?
No, I'm playing as Alex Bowman for being too nice on the track.
Interesting. I mean, that's a problem too, but I would also argue that I don't think he's been given terribly fast equipment this year.
No, that
all
is
the time
true.
at least. There are
But-
times that he definitely has.
But he's being too nice. Get your hands dirty. Channel your inner Rowdy Bush back when he was good.
Wreck your teammates
Um,
once in a while.
Yeah, why do you have to be such a team player? Kyle
Exactly.
Larson is looking to be wrecked. And so is Chase Elliott. William Byron can stay fine, but Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson, they're looking to be wrecked, all right? You need to wreck them. Make sure they don't get hurt, though. We can't have them getting hurt, because then that's a bad thing. But, right rear hook them a little bit, Send them flying onto the grass. Don't have them flip like Priest, but give him a little smooch on the right rear, and I think great things will happen.
Speaking of great things, we could be in for the most interesting next-gen short track race yet, if Denny Hamlin's gossiping instincts are true. Did you see this clip of him talking about this?
I saw a little. I think I saw a cut up version of it, but I saw the most of it.
So Denny heard through the grapevine. So this is not official reporting. This was just what Denny Hamlin heard. That the tires didn't even make it through Goodyear's tire testing. And that reportedly that specifically was due to the fact that they hadn't fully cured yet. But in general does indicate that these tires are supposed to be very soft. Like, we're going to get pre-repave Atlanta level tire deg potentially in this race. If, Denny's mix of gossip and wishes align in the way that he seems to want. Which could mean that we get a pretty watchable strategy race here at Bristol. And the drivers actually having some fun here at Bristol in this next-gen car. So yeah, buckle up.
I'd love to see it. Bristol is arguably one of the worst tracks on the calendar.
Which is unbelievable, because Bristol is lovely in a normal car.
Yes. Well, okay. Pre-next gen car, I think Bristol was a decent race. If not very good. This next gen car has completely ruined half the good tracks.
Any short track is just miserable with the next gen.
So
on the other hand, it did bring the cookie cutters back. Like the mile and a halves have some great racing now. It's just, these short tracks, man. And it's been ugly since the start. I mean, I remember Martinsville the first time around was horrifying.
Yeah, it's been bad. But with this tire deg, we could be in for a shakeup. The Josh Berry win incoming.
Oh.
Who would get eliminated from the playoffs if Berry got?
Cindric is next down. Cindric is 12th right now.
How is Cindric 12? Who? Oh, SVG is the other.
Yeah, okay. SVG. It's a shame too, because he was running fast, but then he stayed out forever and a half. He did the throw up a prayer strategy at Darlington and tanked his own race. And I was really hoping that he'd do better at Darlington, but that's a shame.
Yeah. I mean, he's still a damn good driver. I mean, he still has a shot. He's only 15 points behind the cut line.
Yeah.
Just, it sucks. The good news is, Bubba is doing real well, guys.
That 2311 team, and really both cars, but it feels like especially Bubba in the last while, really, at this point, has been stupid fast.
Oh my god, I'm so happy about that. As a Bubba, I love Bubba so much. He's my favorite NASCAR driver. So happy. I'm so happy to see that.
I know, and he's had good finishes on some of these tracks. I mean, obviously he finished third at Bristol last time around, or last year's night race. But I wasn't expecting him to be that competitive here at Gateway this week or anything like that. He's genuinely had front runner speed.
Yeah, and he was making his way up. I mean, he pitted from the lead. It ended up, not working out the way he wanted to in the end. But I mean, he still did really, really well.
Riley Herbst.
Screw you, Riley.
Okay.
Corey Haim's coming for your seat, bud. Watch out.
Hey, coming for seats. Hang on. Segway. IndyCar.
Segway, let's go. Speaking of going for seats, Will Power is replacing Colton Herta. Will Power is replacing Colton Herta at Andretti. Now, I called this last week, but here's the funny thing. It wasn't even my own idea. I just saw a tweet saying that it would be really cool to see Will Power go to Andretti, and I just agreed with it and just said it. The next day, literally Thursday, or no, we filmed this on Tuesday. Wednesday.
It was literally Wednesday.
Came
yes.
out. It was literally the next day it came out. Will Power is at Andretti, and they had a great announcement too. That announcement video was kind of went hard. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Because I'm excited. But if Andretti can't get their shit together, we're in for a rough time.
I mean, he goes from struggling but should be competitive team to struggling but should be competitive team. So
yeah, there's no real hard jump there.
But there's not really a drop off either. Andretti should be good. So
yes, and with Will Power at their disposal, he's a very fast driver. We know this.
And
he's
I quote,
two-time
"Ugg
champ.
still got it."
Ugg still got it. We saw that last year. He got a win before Joseph Newgarden did, so he still got it. And Scott McLaughlin, but Scott McLaughlin didn't get a win, so yeah. And speaking of wins, no,
it's
that
close
was
enough.
one. It's close enough. Screw it.
In today's least significant news, there's some changes coming to Indy NXT. Following in the footsteps of the main series, the field is now going to be capped. For NXT, it's going to be at 24 cars, with a max of 4 per team, but with some carve-outs for collaboration teams. So a team can field 4 of their own, and then they can field 2 joint entries with another team kind of thing. And they're getting a change to the transmission system, so their transmissions will now be made by the same company as makes the IndyCar transmissions. And along with that, they're looking to expand the calendar a little, follow IndyCar around a little bit more, in hopes of that helping with driver development.
I'm all for it.
So
Miles
we might
Rowe,
get to see
another. I think Miles Rowe. I'm going to make a bold prediction already, and I will stick with this. Miles Rowe is going to win the Indy NXT Championship next year.
Well, I was going to say we might see Miles Rowe win in Mexico. Because reportedly that's one of the places that NXT is looking to follow IndyCar too. Along with a couple other things that IndyCar might be looking at. So some interesting stuff happening in the feeder series. And with all the investment by Fox in the main series, I wonder if the field cap, the calendar expansion, if all of that could lead to getting more coverage on that series at a national scale. In the way that, to look at NASCAR, Xfinity races have had such good ratings consistently all year. Even this weekend when it was going head to head with college football, the Xfinity race still did really well. TV wise. Like there is interest in these feeder series. It still produces good racing, so maybe this is part of a larger plan to get more eyes on NXT.
And I think it's a good idea. I mean, you want your young drivers to be showcased, especially at a feeder series like Indy NXT, where there's nothing really below it.
Well, there is. It's just nobody cares.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but Indy NXT, I actually really enjoyed the racing for Indy NXT this year, even though Dennis Hauger was an absolute animal on track. But that's expected. It's Dennis Hauger. But I'll be excited to see what they can do with that new format. Speaking of new formats,
ooh,
got him again, baby. Toronto, the Toronto IndyCar race is moving further north. It is now going to be held in Markham, Ontario,
which is a whopping 30 kilometers northeast of Toronto. It's like a city that's just kind of on the outskirts of Toronto.
Yeah.
There's construction going on in Toronto. There's a bunch of logistical reasons that the street race in Toronto wasn't going to continue to work out, at least in the near future. And so it's in Markham, and it's going to be a new street race.
I have an idea. Bring a street race to Montreal.
I mean,
I would love it. I love Montreal with all my freaking heart. I will gladly drive the 13 hours, or however long it is, to go to Montreal for a street race IndyCar.
I'm not against it. However,
I would gladly drive to Montreal, because here's the thing. I know this really good burger joint. I forget what the name is right now, but I know the burger joint, and I've been there every time I've been to Montreal, and it's the best burger joint I've ever been to in my life. And yes, it beats out Mickey D's and
the bar is on the floor.
Jake's Sweaty Back.
Oh, okay. The bar is a little bit off the floor now.
A little off the floor. And it beats Shake Shack too. It beats all the fast food place over here. It's very good. They got good milkshakes. Anyway,
Shake Shack, way overrated.
100%.
Don't understand how it has the reputation it has.
I actually prefer In-N-Out.
Five Guys are bust. I don't understand why Shake Shack was the East Coast representative versus In-N-Out. I feel like if you're gonna put anything up, it's got to be Five Guys.
I think because Five Guys is nationwide.
Yeah, but still, I don't know, man. Shake Shack is just worse Five Guys. Always has been, always will be.
But they got some good ass seasonal milkshakes though.
Okay, sure. So does Milkshake Factory. That's
not a thing. Is that a thing?
It is a thing.
I know the Cheesecake Factory is a thing, and I love the Cheesecake Factory, so...
Milkshake Factory is a thing. It's not everywhere though, but it is a thing.
I need to go to that one then. I would love to go. Anyway, main
come
story.
To Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh? Dude, I've told you I am more than happy to come to Pittsburgh. Main story. McLaren versus themselves. Now, if you didn't know what happened this past weekend at Monza, McLaren didn't really have a shot at the win. Let's be very honest. They didn't. And a lot of people were like, oh, the strategy was better. No, they didn't. There was no shot in hell they were going to win that race. Max Verstappen was too freaking dominant. Max Verstappen had a vintage Max Verstappen moment and dominated that race. That was never a question. But what did happen was, towards the end of the race, they pitted Oscar first. Oscar was in third, Lando was in second. Lando should have had priority, Lando should have pitted first. They pit Oscar first.
To be clear, this was discussed over the radio. Lando was very hesitant, but eventually, gave in and was like, okay, you guys can pit Oscar first because he's in this race.
Yes. And McLaren guaranteed Lando that he would not get cut from Oscar.
Yeah, there would be no undercut.
There would be no undercut.
That's what got Lando to give in.
That's what got Lando to give in. Oscar does his pit stop. He gets out just fine. Lando's pit stop comes around 6 seconds, and Oscar overtakes him on track while he's still in his pit stop. They then make Oscar, who I think was 2 or 3 seconds ahead at that point, give back the place while he's 2 or 3 seconds ahead of Lando at this point. Lando kept second. Oscar got third. It seems like they're trying to shoot themselves in the foot. They've already scooped up the Constructors' Championship. There's no way anybody is going to beat them for the Constructors' Championship. But the Drivers' Championship is still up for grabs. Oscar is your championship leader. Lando is behind him in chasing. How do you mess up that bad?
I would like to add that I was listening back to last week's episode because we talked about the conspiracies about McLaren sabotaging Lando with his engine failure at Zandvoort. And I said, look, if you want to sabotage someone, you're not going to do an engine failure. You're not going to hurt the equipment. Just have a slow pit stop, something like that. I said that, and then guess what fucking happened?
My God.
What?
He's a magician.
And now I'm sitting here going, no, clearly that wasn't intentional. So what new bright ideas am I going to have for it to actually be intentional? But no, it's...
Yeah. The whole debate is, did Oscar need to give back the place? You know, does Lando need to get second? My take on it is that let them race it out. Like, yeah, Lando probably should have gotten the place back. Yes, that is fair. He was in second all race. He never got overtaken by Piastri. He did deserve second in that scenario. But a bad pit stop is a bad pit stop. When you're two drivers who are fighting for a championship are 3 seconds apart and then you tell them to swap places, why? Like, if Lando got close, here's the thing, if Lando can get close, because we all know Lando has race pace. If Lando got within a second and a half, swap. But let the drivers know that. Like, don't swap them when Oscar's 3 seconds and starting to run away.
There are a couple things with this situation that made it kind of unique. I mean, Oscar wasn't really running away. It's just that's the lead he built up at the end of the pit stop because they gave that command right away. Like, there wasn't time to see what they looked like both up to speed.
Yes, that's true.
But I think that the main problem here was that they were already trying to play the nice team game. And when you're already in that mode, because what should have happened is Lando should have pitted first. He was ahead. He should have had priority on strategy. And then Oscar pits after, and nothing really happens. If one of them has a slow stop, that's racing. But they pitted Oscar first because he was theoretically battling Leclerc. And once you do that, once you're playing this, like, ooh, nice buddy team game, promise will be fair, if you back out in the middle of that, you are asking for so much animosity, down the stretch in this title fight. Because then there is a legitimate gripe, right? Then there is, whether it's warranted for it to be at the driver, at the team, or what, then there is beef between the two drivers, right? And I think that we've had a remarkably clean title fight to this point. The other thing, as far as Lando catching him on track, if it wasn't for the way that things shook out, they wouldn't have been close to each other, right? Like, even if Lando's stop was normal instead of 6 seconds back, Lando comes out a second and a half, 2 seconds ahead. And so, yes, Oscar slowed down, let Lando by, but then he was theoretically able to fight Lando after that, right? Like, we saw that happen with Max in the race with Lando, where, like, had to let him by, is able to overtake him again relatively quickly after, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you are affording Oscar the opportunity to overtake that he wouldn't have had if none of that ever happened. It's a really strange set of decisions that get you to that point.
Yeah. I think also, I don't know for sure, but I saw something that said on the F1 TV broadcast, when you were in Lando's, like, little section, because on F1 TV you can, like, look at different drivers and you can hear their comms and stuff. Someone said that it was never said that it was to cover off Leclerc to pit Oscar first. But I'm not so sure about that, because I thought they said something on the actual broadcast, because I wasn't listening to the I was listening to the actual broadcast. I swear they said something on broadcast.
Yeah, I remembered hearing, and maybe I hallucinated this because the announcers certainly were talking about it a lot, but I was watching the, like, ESPN Sky Sports feed, and I feel like I remember hearing team radio of that whole discussion going down.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, there was team discussion going down. So I don't... know for
Because
sure.
there was definitely input, and there was definitely, like, Lando asked, because that's what prompted the, like, explicit "there will be no undercut" thing, right? So I don't know about that one,
Yeah. I don't
but
know.
a
But
very preventable PR nightmare once again.
yeah, and Lando fans and Oscar fans are at their throats again. Lovely. Let's get into the recaps real quick. Xfinity at Gateway, Connor Zilic was your winner. It was a dominant race by him.
What do you even say anymore?
What? So I actually had some stats while Jack is starting to go talk.
Okay,
I'm
I mean,
stats.
he's just like, he was dominant, led the most laps of his career, or whatever else last week. So what does he do this week? Leads more than 3/4 of the laps, 121 out of 160. Records the fastest lap, earns 59 points on the day, wins by a second and a half. Like, despite late restarts, like, he's ascending to levels we've never seen. I mean, I was saying that he would be as good or better as, like, Chip Ganassi, Kyle Larson. We're reaching the point that he might be the best prospect since Jeff frickin' Gordon coming up. Like, it was only a few weeks ago people were talking about him like Xfinity Ty Gibbs, who was incredibly elite in his own right. But he has ascended to, like, I don't know if we've ever seen something like this. I mean, he almost single-handedly is going to be rivaling the win count of the legendary Joe Gibbs car, with, like, Kyle Busch and a few others that recorded, I think, 12 wins on the year. It's like, I forget, it was like Busch, Hornish, and maybe it was Denny. I don't remember who the other driver in there was. Where, like, that was an all-star car that recorded 12 wins. Zilic has, what, 11 stickers?
It's actually out of order right now. It's nuts.
Because there's the one win from Larson, in his car when he was hurt. But other than that, and, the Kligerman one where that's technically attributed to Zilic. But, like, this man's going to win half the schedule. And it's his rookie season.
Yeah. So let me give some. They took it away. Okay, so I'm gonna put some stats out there. Connor Zilic in the past 14 races, which is the races he's been in since he got back from his back injury, Talladega. He has a total place of 27. So
Total.
out of all of it, total in 14 races. 27.
Which means that he is averaging better than second place.
Yes. He is averaging 1.9 places since returning from a back injury after a major crash at Talladega earlier this year.
And this includes injuring his collarbone in that incident that everybody saw.
Yes. Which an NFL meme account ended up posting after the Ravens collapsed following Sunday Night Football. But, and that is not only nuts, it is astronomically out of this world. The other stat I have for Connor Zilic was, and how many races, I just want to ask, how many races are currently in, like, how many races have they had so far? Do we know?
I can look at that quickly.
Yeah, can we see how many races they have? I think it's 26?
26, yes.
Okay. So, 26 races. Now, Connor's only been in 25. So, we're going to count Connor Zilic as 25. Right, 25 races. So, if you don't know NASCAR, a win is 40 points. Connor Zilic is averaging, in his entire season, 39.28 points. He's averaging a win worth of points every race. He basically has won every race. If we look at the points, he's pretty much at least won every race.
Where did you find the season points total, by the way?
I calculated it back on Sunday before they updated it, and then I took the 24 races, and then I ended up adding
the 59 and
the 59 that he got from WeatherTech, the WeatherTech race. So he had 982 points in 25 races. Divide that by 25. That is damn near 40 points a race over 25 races.
May I add one more stat?
Yes.
He recently turned 19 years old.
Oh, yeah. This man is 19 years old, recently turned 19, and is dominating the second series of NASCAR in his rookie season.
Sports finished. I mean, this is going to be our Pelot. Like,
Bro, there might not be another winner in the NASCAR Cup Series for the next 20 years. Other than Connor Zilic. This is nuts. He is doing things that nobody thought was possible in NASCAR.
I mean, and we're seeing him do this on ovals now. Keep in mind that coming into the year, he was still learning ovals, but he was the only guy that could go toe-to-toe with SVG. And we've seen what SVG does in a race without Zilic there in the Cup Series.
Yeah.
Like,
It is gross what is going on in the Xfinity Series.
I-
I mean, I've never seen such a more deserving driver get a Cup seat and such a least deserving driver still be in the Xfinity Series.
And
you
the
know who
crazy-
I'm
like-
talking about. Austin Hill.
Man, I'm at a loss for words at this point. I mean, genuinely, like, we're gonna get to a level where people are gonna expect too much out of that Trackhouse car next year.
Dude, it's
Like-
gonna be gross. It's gonna
like,
be nuts, dude.
We're gonna be forgetting that Trackhouse is like has meh speed, and we're gonna be
Yeah.
sitting there expecting, and like we're gonna see Zilic, I'm sure, pull out a couple fun wins, a la Chip Ganassi, Kyle Larson. But like, oh my god,
It is astronomical what this man is doing on a racetrack. It's nuts.
uh,
This man is the second coming of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
what?
Or senior. Sorry,
Junior.
senior. Second coming of Dale Earnhardt Senior.
I mean, the fact
I
that
was
you could
thinking of
sit
Junior
here,
because I was thinking of Junior Motorsports. That's my bad.
the fact that you could sit here and argue that like he really is the best prospect we've seen since like Jeff Gordon is crazy.
Yeah, it's gross. It's nuts. The dude's gonna be a 10-time NASCAR Cup Series champion by the time he's 20. What, 20? Like, bro,
By
it's
20.
nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts.
Well, Cup Series.
Denny MF Hamlin, baby.
Yeah.
Denny Hamlin won. And what might be his year? Like, genuinely, if like everything is coming together for Denny Hamlin right now.
Yeah, I mean he's back in victory lane.
Back in victory lane for his 5th victory of the year. A Denny win was coming.
We
And it
like
was really fast.
I was telling you I was gonna pick him this
Yeah.
week. If you
as
didn't,
soon as you said you were gonna pick him, I was like, I'm gonna stick with this pick for the rest of the playoffs. It is Denny's year, and in a year that they're being sued by Denny's team that he co-owns. If
Yeah.
Denny wins the chip, perfect.
I will say 2311 we've talked about has been bad fast, and Denny has been qualifying. He's been getting poles. He just won this race. Like the NASCAR cheating machine might be broken at the moment.
Yeah, they're in
because, like-
devastation mode.
Yeah, like
The Frances fear Denny and his associates.
the raw power of Denny MF Hamlin.
Denny MF Hamlin and his associates. It goes hard. He led 73. Oh no, sorry, that was Bubba.
That's Bubba.
also
Denny
had a
led
good
75.
race. Denny led 75 laps. Bubba led 73. He had great speed up until the end, where he kind of like fell off a little bit, but he still finished top 10. Right? He was not too far off.
He was
top
at
5.
8th. Yeah.
Yeah. And
He
Joey
currently,
Logano
out
had
of
speed,
drivers
too.
who have not won yet, he is second in points behind only Kyle Larson. He's plus 50 over the cut line. Bubba is.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I thought you were okay. That phrasing confused me. Yes, that is
Sorry.
true. It goes Denny, then Briscoe, then Larson, then Bubba. And you know what? What if Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin were in the final 4?
I mean, I was sitting here
How
thinking
pissed?
that,
Listen.
like,
how
I was
pissed
telling
off
you
would
were too
NASCAR
optimistic coming into the playoffs when we were, like, projecting stuff, talking about Bubba's playoff ceiling.
be? Yeah.
But this speed is something that I don't
Dude,
think
it's
even you expected,
gross.
man.
It really wasn't. And I know we were talking about what's Bubba's playoff ceiling. I said I think he could theoretically, if everything went correct, win a championship. Well,
Which, with this playoff system, it is kind of true for a lot of drivers, but also
yes, but also
things are
Bubba
going well.
things are going really well for Bubba. So like, the sky's the limit at this point. He may not get a win, but I guarantee you, he'll point in at least to the round of 12, if not the round of 8. You know, with how fast he's been, like the sky's the limit for Bubba right now, and I'm just happy to see it.
Yeah.
And also shout out to Logano, because I said earlier, he had a very strong race as well. He was fighting Hamlin for the lead for a while, fell off at the end a little bit, but still finished top 5. So good on Joe
And
Logano
he's
for a back week.
he's currently in a decent spot with regards to the cut line. He's dug himself out of the hole. So
He has dug himself out of the hole, which is great to see, because I am also a Joey fan because he's from Connecticut. But yeah, it's it was a great week. It was a really good week. And then for the Italian Grand Prix at Mozzarella. Your winner was Max Verstappen. Jack and I did not guess the correct driver. I guessed the correct Xfinity and Cup Series driver, but that was pretty much a given before the race started, so it didn't matter. But Verstappen won. I picked Piastri. He finished 3rd. Jack picked Leclerc. He finished 4th.
which is crazy because Red Bull has been bad at Monza
Yes.
historically.
And Ferrari
Like,
has
this is
been
the one
astronomically
track
good
they
at
just
Monza.
can't figure out. And this year, of all years, it's 2023 Max all over again, but at Monza this time.
And Charles wasn't having the best of times at Monza.
No,
Like, he
I
still
mean,
finished P4, but like considering what he did last year and what he's historically done at Monza, it wasn't his best showing. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, the Ferraris were fast. It's just, you know,
The McLarens
and
are
he was
Max
battling
faster.
Piastri back and forth, but especially the longer you're battling those McLarens, man, in the race, they just
Yeah.
they have the like wear advantage, like the durability
Let's be
advantage.
honest, they might actually
just
be
stupid
cheating
fast.
because their tire deg is gross. Like they have 0 tire deg. It
It
seems
is
like when racing wheel to wheel, like it is actually disgusting. They might dead ass be cheating. I know they're not cheating, but
It's
like
one of
if
those things
something
where-
came out saying they're cheating, I would not be surprised at.
their dominance is so impressive, but not in like a Mercedes
Or Lewis,
2020
yeah.
Red Bull
Or-
2023 way where it's like
Yeah.
blowing your mind with raw speed, but it is just such a well-rounded, strong race car where like
Yeah,
nobody can touch them. And it's not like they're just it's not like they're putting up eye-popping numbers in quali or like really blowing anyone away. Like the field's pretty close this year, all things considered, but you
Yeah.
put them over a race distance and they just run away.
yeah. It's not like the 2019-2020 Mercedes where like Lewis Hamilton was putting up seconds in quali versus the opponents.
Correct. Although speaking of 2020 Lewis Hamilton, he has been dethroned as the fastest man in F1 history
That is true.
by Max Verstappen. The fastest
That is
lap
true.
record, both time and then because Monza's the fastest track on the calendar, speed over a lap, was broken. Like the Monza track record and then the F1 speed record were both broken in qualifying by Max Verstappen. And then in the race, this was the fastest race time-wise and miles per hour-wise in F1 history by Max Verstappen.
He broke record. I mean, literally, records are made to be broken. It's either Lewis breaking a Schumacher record or Max breaking a Lewis record. I mean, it is those two drivers are nuts. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's...
Lewis Hamilton, and here's the thing. I still very much believe Lewis is Lewis, right? We've seen flashes. 2023 Lewis Hamilton in that shitbox of a car still finished P3 in the championship, right? And that car was never consistently second best. That car was consistently 3rd or 4th best on the track, and Lewis was still grabbing podiums. Look at last year. Silverstone, Belgium, Las Vegas when he came from P10 to P2 and was going to fight George, if not for finishing P10 in quali, or Abu Dhabi where he hunted down George Russell in his last race with Mercedes. He still has it. It's just, where has it gone? Like, where it's the car. It has to be the car because he still has the mentality. He still has the pace. It's just this car is not working for him the way it did in previous years. But
Yeah.
he'll be back next year, and he'll be back with a vengeance. I can almost guarantee that. Let's go to race recaps. We just did that. Race predictions. We have trucks at Bristol, Xfinity at Bristol, and Cup at Bristol Motor Speedway.
And because it's the Bristol night race weekend, the trucks are on a Thursday. Xfinity is on Friday, and Cup is Saturday night in Bristol, Tennessee.
Hell yeah, brother.
So we do get some Thursday night racing, right as I get out of my rehearsal that night. And then a typical Friday, Saturday, but Sunday is going to be NFL Sunday. I was going to say it was going to feel empty, but there's going to be some NFL football on.
I'm ready to watch the 49ers lose to the Saints.
The Saints? Oh, boy. That would be something.
We're going to belt to ass their... Yeah, we're going to belt that.
Whoa. But anyway, Thursday night racing. Trucks at Bristol. I beat Alex to the punch this time because there was no trucks last week, and so I was able to claim Corey Heim for myself. He's all mine. It's Heim time.
It's Heim time, baby. I picked the faster driver from 2 weeks ago, and the driver who should have won 2 weeks ago. I picked Lane Riggs. He's very fast. We all know this. He's fast. He's second in playoff points. And I could see him notching a playoff spot this week. I mean, let's be honest. He should have won 2 weeks ago, and I think it was Darlington. He was the faster driver until his car gave up on him. And
he is good at Bristol.
And he's good at Bristol. So, I can't pick anyone else but Lane Riggs. I think the championship will come down to him and Riggs. Heim and Riggs.
Anyway, of guys that I can't pick, your Xfinity pick, I'm sure everyone is shocked.
Connor Zilic.
Give me Jesse Love. Maybe he's absorbing some of Connor Zilic's ability from the time they spend
Connor
together.
Zilic's best friend, Jesse Love's best friend. Connor Zilic and Jesse Love. I love Jesse Love. Like, I love his social media content. He's a very good driver. I could very much see him racing in the Cup in a year or two.
Yeah,
Easily.
I mean it's been a tough it's been tough clearly for RCR Xfinity guys to have any kind of path up, right? I mean, we still see Creed bouncing around. It was Creed, right? Or am I making that up? No, Creed was for like R. Who am I thinking of? But we still see Hill there forever. And that Cup team with Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon's going to have a seat as long as his grandpa is there, owning the team and all. I don't know where the path is for Jesse Love, but I certainly hope it's there.
I really hope he can get up there because he has talent. He is fast. The one thing I would love to see from him is the ability to finish races. Not in the sense that like, oh, he DNFs, but the point where you're fighting for the lead, finish it, get the lead and win. Like, you see a lot of the time Jesse Love will challenge for a win, but within the last like 10 or so laps, he'll start fading away from the lead, and I would love to see him finish races. I know finishing races against Connor Zilic is hard. We all know this. Connor Zilic is the best prospect we have seen since Jeff Gordon. It is what it is. You still are good enough. He still has the pace to beat Connor. It's just, can he finish a race with the speed that he has? For the Cup Series, I have Denny Hamlin. There's no way I'm not picking Denny Hamlin for the rest of the season. Even at road courses, I'm still going to pick Denny Hamlin. I really don't care. This is Denny's year. He's proven that he's good enough to win a championship, and he's going to win one. I see him winning back-to-back in Bristol and gaining more playoff points. Jack, who do you have for the Cup Series at Bristol?
Before I tell you why I picked Kyle Larson, I want to jump back in and say that I was right. It was Sheldon Creed that was Hill's teammate in like 2021, 2022. Or
Okay.
22, 23. Whatever, before Jesse Love got in the 2-car, it was Creed. And obviously he hasn't made it up to Cup either. But I have Kyle Larson, who the past 2 trips to Bristol, 3 if you include the Xfinity race this year, was that when he was filling in for Connor Zilic for injury? But he has run circles around the entire field, like led 400 plus out of 500 laps, type domination, and I think it's only safe to say that if I have to pick someone, why not pick that guy to do it again?
And that is a very fair assessment of that. Now we have our bacon, unlimited bacon, but no bacon, but games. So, right?
Yes.
Okay, what do you have in store for me today?
Same game, different day. Guess
All right,
the
let's do
driver
it.
from the hints. It's
What
all
is my
current
high
drivers
score?
again. I make no promises if they'll all be current drivers next time, but for today, they still are.
What is my high score?
5, both weeks
All right.
so far.
Let's try to break
Let's see
it.
if you can beat 5. I think you might. I really
Alright.
think it's possible.
Is it
all
one
right.
F1, one IndyCar, one NASCAR?
Correct.
Okay.
We'll start with F1. He's a current F1 driver who drives a Honda RBPT powered car.
So this is one of two teams.
You see why I went with the Mercedes power units the last 3?
Yes, I did. My mind is going either Max Verstappen or Isaac Hadjar.
Pull out the dartboard, mime it, shoot it.
Max Verstappen.
No!
Fudge!
His number is less than 30.
Okay, well it can't be. Wait, Max Verstappen wouldn't fit that anyway, technically.
He's not. Well, I'd give him
Well-
1 for right now.
Okay, you're gonna give him one for right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Think of numbers. Yuki's, I don't know. Lawson's, I don't know. And Isaac Hadjar's, I don't know. We're just gonna go with Isaac Hadjar.
Correct. It was Hadjar.
So I guess the wrong driver. My dartboard mechanic was wrong. Maybe that's why I'm not good at darts.
Yuki Tsunoda is 22, and Liam Lawson is actually exactly 30, which is why I did not pick him.
Oh.
Even though I don't think you would have gotten that, but I didn't want to have to sit here and say number equals 30.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, that would have been rough.
All right, but there we go. For future hints, his last win obviously not applicable, although kind of in parentheses it was at Spa in F2. Was the last time that he won a race, and he is from France, according to them choosing a single flag. Although he's French Algerian.
Yeah, I think he runs under the French flag.
Yes. Yeah, I just say France for that, but do want to honor his heritage.
Isn't Mahrez Algerian?
I was right. Riyad Mahrez is.
Anyway, someone who's not Algerian probably is this current NASCAR driver who drives
All right.
a Toyota.
Yeah, there's only two teams that I know that drive Toyota. It's 2311 and not Penske. What is the Joe Gibbs? Is there a third?
Yes,
It's not Spire.
correct.
It's not RCR.
Also correct.
Is it Trackhouse?
No, they're also Chevy.
No, shoot. Oh, shoot. I don't know this last one. Let's go with Bubba Wallace. Damn.
Incorrect. His number is greater than 30.
Ooh, okay. So it could be a Tyler Reddick. It can't be Denny. Denny's 11. It could be Riley Herbst. Actually, I don't actually know if it's Riley Herbst. It could be Riley Herbst.
It could be Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst's number is 35.
It could be Riley Herbst. Now, would you put Riley Herbst after I've been shit-talking him the entirety of this podcast?
Well, so have I. Who knows?
Who else drives for Joe Gibbs Racing? Chase Briscoe's 19. Can't be Chase Briscoe. And their final driver is Ty Gibbs. I don't believe it's. I don't think Ty Gibbs is under as well. Is he over? I think he's under. Let's
Ty
just
Gibbs.
go with. Just go with Megamind. Ty Gibbs.
Although he does
Damn.
drive the 54, which is what I was
Right,
starting to
forgot.
say.
Yeah.
So he would fit that. This driver has not won in the Cup Series. His last win was at Nashville last year in Xfinity.
To me, that can only be now. I don't know what this other team is, so it could be the other team. The way you're smiling makes it feel like it's the other team, but I'm just gonna go with Riley Herbst.
The final hint
So
is
it
that
is
he is
this
from
other team.
North Carolina.
So it is this last team that I
It
do
is.
not know. It can't. Okay, let's go over teams. Not Hendricks.
Correct.
Not Spire.
Correct.
Not Trackhouse.
Correct.
Not RCR. Not
Correct.
Penske.
Correct. This team had 2 cars in like the top 5 at Darlington, if that helps.
Oh my fucking god! Are you talking about Legacy Motorsport?
Yeah, Legacy Motor Club.
The Motor Club.
GMS Petty
Shit.
Jimmy Johnson team. All in one.
So it's either Eric Jones or shit. Who's the other guy? If I say the other guy, will you take it?
Nope. I need a name.
No, I don't know it. And I
He is
don't
the
think
son
it's Eric Jones.
Of a
Nemchek.
driver.
It's Nemchek. Nemechek.
I'll give it to you. I'll give you
John
1
Hunter
point.
Nemechek.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, 4, 3. Yep, 1 point.
1 point. All right, I need 1 point to tie my previous, and I need 2 to win, or 3
All
or
right.
4.
I think
And
you
it's
can do
IndyCar,
it.
and I don't
I
know
believe
that
in
much
you.
about IndyCar. All right.
This current IndyCar driver drives a Chevrolet-powered Dollar car.
Okay. So you're gonna have to help me with this one because I genuinely still don't know teams in. Okay. Does Andretti?
Andretti is Honda.
Not Andretti. Penske.
Chevy.
Okay, so it could be Penske. Chip Ganassi is not. Chip Ganassi's Honda.
Chip Ganassi is Honda.
Okay, so it can't be Chip Ganassi. It could be ECR.
Yes, they are Chevy.
It could be. You know, screw it. Christian Rasmussen. What? What?
You did it.
Yes! I was looking at the doc. Let's go! Christian Rasmussen, baby.
Christian Rasmussen.
Rasmussen. Dude, I wanna go
Wins
to
at the
IndyCar race
Milwaukee
so bad.
Mile. What?
I want to go to IndyCar. You want to go to IndyCar race at some point this summer?
When
I
do they
will- I
go
would-
to Mid-Ohio?
I don't know, but I would deadass fly to Pittsburgh so we can go to a race together because I want to go. And I will pay for Pitt. I will pay for the paddock. I want to meet Christian Rasmussen.
The rundown of the rest, his number is less than 30 at, do you know his number?
Why does 8? It's not 18. Why am I thinking 18? I don't actually. Is it 21?
It is 21. You got it. All
Number
right,
one
his last
Christian
win.
Rasmussen fan, baby. I'm not the number one fan, but I do love Christian Razzie.
His last win was,
Milwaukee.
and he is from.
Oh shit.
It's not Sweden. It is Sweden.
No.
No, it's no Denmark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Denmark. He is one of 2 Danish drivers in IndyCar right now.
No, you guys actually never heard the full cut of 2 weeks ago's podcast. Or was it a week ago? It was one of the two.
It was a couple ago, yeah.
It was.
fucking abysmal, and I'm gonna cut out the word fucking twice, but it was abysmal.
Yeah.
We were getting stuff wrong left and right. Jack called Christian Rasmussen Norwegian.
Yeah,
It was great.
I was looking at Dennis Hauger, and I was sitting there thinking, wow, there's 2 Danish drivers in IndyCar already, and they're both really good. And then I completely forgot that Dennis Hauger was from Norway and not Denmark, but then I remembered mid-sentence, and then it was bad. It was a rough one all the way around.
It was fantastic, though. It was a great one. I had to cut out so much from that podcast because we kept getting things wrong, and we can't put out wrong information on this podcast.
Spreading
for Austin
misinformation
Hill
on the
slander.
internet.
I will
Let's
gladly
go.
spread Austin Hill disinformation, though.
And Santino Ferrucci.
And Santino Ferrucci. Even though he's from my home state, I don't like Santino Ferrucci. Though, like, bro, how is he still on the grid? Like, he's made so many enemies. Like, all respect to, like, IndyCar, but, like, he's made so many enemies on the grid this year.
I mean, he's been fast at times.
He's been, he has been really fast. He podiumed one time, but, like, I think he podiumed at the Indy 500 if I'm, or at least got a top 5. And it's like,
he had 4
you
top
are
5s
fast,
on the year.
But why do you have to be such an a-hole? Like,
For
I want
fun,
to like you.
mostly.
Like, I want to like you. If you were a better person, I would have no problem liking you. But you are not a good person, especially in Formula 2. But whatever. That is it. Bacon games, unlimited bacon games, but
Ooh.
no bacon games.
One final piece of news. Marcus
Yes.
Armstrong is returning to Meyershank Racing.
That is true, and I'm very excited. I think we went over that last week.
I didn't know if it was officially confirmed at the time. I thought it was suspected, but
Maybe it was suspected. I thought we went over it last week. Either way, Marcus Armstrong is my second favorite IndyCar driver. But if Romain Grosjean was on the grid, he would be my third favorite IndyCar driver. Wow, I really like Romain Grosjean.
No, there was no judgment there. There was just there has been mild speculation that he could be potentially, possibly, maybe filling a seat.
On the grid. I know. I'm actually very excited about that. I really hope he does, because I would love to see him race. Also, where's Dennis Hauger going? Do we know yet? We don't, right?
The best speculation that I've seen is that he is going to be basically taking what was VK's seat on loan.
Whoa.
But I could be wrong there.
For Dale Coyne?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like one of those seats where, like, because Malukas is moving up to Penske more than likely, right, to replace Power. So you have a seat at Foyt and you have a seat at Dale Coyne. VK is moving somewhere. We know that. And Dale Coyne, I don't think would be opposed to taking a very talented Dennis Hauger on loan from another organization temporarily while they kind of find a full-on seat for him.
Why do, like, because they have this thing in NASCAR where, like, teams are signed to teams. Why can't they go to other teams?
In a lot of cases,
that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's beneficial, right? It puts you in a pipeline. It's the same thing like a development academy in F1, right? Where the team supports their development, they get them rides in Indy NXT, all of that, and then in exchange, you're in their system. So if they don't have a ride for you, either they allow you to leave, your contract runs up, something like that, or you stick it out because they did realistically put a lot into your development. But what we have seen, obviously what we're suspecting to see with Hauger, where he'd be loaned out to another team to ensure that he gets on the grid, what we saw with Trackhouse and Zilich, because Zilich obviously has been signed to Trackhouse, but he's been loaned to Junior Motorsports for the year to go dominate Xfinity for fun. Like, it's in everyone's best interest for a good driver to be racing. So that often ends up happening. Probably more so in the U.S. than in Europe, I would argue. But
like, what if, like, it's like RCR, like, none of their young guys have gotten a seat, really. Like, what happens at that point? Like, they're not going to add another seat. So, like,
yeah, Jesse Love is really the first young guy.
Creed was in
trucks for kind of a while, I think, before he went to Xfinity with RCR. Like, Love is the first guy that really truly has, like, Cup Series prospects. Instead of just being like hey, this veteran would be good for our, like, backmarker team. Like, he could be a guy actually, like, worth a look as, like, a hot prospect. But I really have to think the plan there is either wait till a charter falls in their laps somehow. Like, if they're just playing the appease NASCAR game, and if things go south with the lawsuit, maybe they end up with a third team. Because they already run a third car part-time. Otherwise, it's the Kyle Busch retirement watch.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Kyle Busch, we're going to do a video at some point during the summer. And not during the summer, during the winter. Me and Jack, where we react to Door Bumper Clear, their podcast. They have people call in and say funny things about the past week in racing, and I think it'd be really funny. Jack, have you heard any of them?
Not that specifically.
Okay. Do not do not look it up. If you hear it organically, you can listen to it, but they're some of the funniest clips you'll ever see from a podcast of the fans tuning in and calling in. So we're gonna do a whole video where we look at the call-ins from those podcasts.
Because I could tell you I love Freddie Kraft, so I've seen a lot from it, from loving Freddie Kraft and hating TJ Majors a lot of the time. So I'm glad that he was kind of replaced. But that segment specifically, I have seen exactly none of.
Okay, good. Fantastic. So this winter, when there was no racing, and we are both on break, I will... Because you do go on break, right? 'Cause I know you're grads. Like, you go on break? still?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
well, this year I might take kind of more of a full break, but generally it's a little bit shorter. It's kind of like right before Christmas to like the first kind of week after New Year's instead of
Okay.
like the full on like finals to classes starting. So it's a bit closer to like a K through 12 school winter break where you get like a week and a bit.
Okay. So during that time, I will get the clips when it gets closer, and we'll react, and I'll have that video on the ApexToOval channel, because... And if you haven't watched those clips and you're watching this, please go take a listen, because they're the funniest things you will ever hear, especially from the Kyle Busch fans. Those guys are funny as hell. Like, someone was like, Kyle Busch fans are still waiting to have sex, because Kyle Busch hasn't won in a while, and they're like, they're still waiting. And then he got close in Texas this past year, and they're like, they're still waiting. They still waiting. And it's quite funny. So I think that the jokes that they make are quite funny. So we'll take a look at that in the off season. But that's about it for today. Thank you guys for watching, or listening, or viewing. That's
Is
about
that
it.
different than watching?
Well, yeah, watching would pertain to the audience listening as well. Viewing would just be watching it, but not listening. So you don't know that I'm saying oogity boogity, oogity boogity, oogity boogity. And that's all, folks.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing.
Let's go racing!